Omelette 3 Ways version 2 or episode 2. I hope you guys had the opportunity to check out the first version of Omelette 3 Ways that I promised. I've got a tablespoon and a half of olive oil in there. To that, I'm going to add some diced onion. My heat is on a medium setting right now. So along with the onion, I've got some sliced mushroom. I've got some bell pepper. Just some yellow and red. Whatever you have available, feel free to use that. Gonna move that around. And the sort of filling for the omelette is something very personal. Add ingredients, and there's no wrong or right way technically to do this, because the ingredients at the end of the day is what you enjoy, yeah? And in version 2, you will see we have a ton more ingredients than version 1, which was the sort of basic version of making an omelette. I'm gonna add some sea salt in there. I need some chives. That's going to give it that garlic sort of flavor without being too pronounced. And I've got some cherry tomato, the chive out of my garden, peppers out of my garden, tomato out of my garden. And all we want to do is to soften everything here. Try not to overcook it, but to waken up all the flavors and textures and stuff like that, yeah? I'm gonna turn my heat down to low, and I'm gonna let that go for a couple minutes, just until it's nice and soft. But before I do, I've got some black pepper I want in there. Hit that, another little quick stir, and the peppers just jump out at you. When man, the smell of frying peppers along with that chive and the onion, just brilliant in my humble opinion, yeah? And that one more quick stir. It's to the doneness that I like. So I'm just going to scrape that now into my bowl here. Apologies for the dirty stove. That is a functional family kitchen stove. And don't be judgmental, yeah? Half a teaspoon of olive oil was back in there. I want a little piece of butter, like so. And as that butter melts in there, and the reason for the butter gives it a nice creamy flavor. The eggs itself. So we have the filler already made. I have 3 eggs here. Just gonna hit that with a tiny bit of black pepper. And you all know I like using a fork. Just gonna turn my heat back to medium. I'm gonna give that a good whisk, and if you want to use a whisk, go ahead and, you know, get that whisk out. It's fine. I like using that that fork. I'm just trying to move the fat, the combination of the olive oil and the butter, to where the rivets are in this frying pan. Give that another little whiskey whisk, and then we're just gonna pour that in. And we're going to allow that to set. As it starts setting, we're just going to pull back and move the egg down, shift it around, push back, do the same thing here. And the reason for doing that is because it will help create layers on the egg there for me. Just going to scrape down the sides a bit, like so. Push down, push down, push down. We just want to get that to set and be nice and firm for us. Give that a little shaky shake. If you need to, just use your spatula to sort of gently lift it, like so. Here is where now we're gonna add all of that lovely filling that we created. Try not to get any sort of moisture, in case if there's any there. So we've got all that pre-cooked stuff, and we're guaranteed that it is going to be cooked. I've got my aged cheddar, so I'm just going to work that cheddar on top of it. And you notice how lovely that looks. I'll hit that a tiny bit of salt. I like black pepper, so a bit more black pepper. And then all we need to do now is flip the egg like so. Like so. The bottom is a little bit well done. If you want to put a lid on there, you can certainly do that. And then I like some parsley on it, like so. I'm going to turn off my stove and I'm going to allow the residual heat to continue cooking the center there. I'm going to shift it around like so. And it's nice and fluffy, man. Oh boy, is it ever brilliant. If you don't like your eggs with that little bit of color on it, I mean, so you can cook it less. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com, version 2, omelette 3 ways. I do hope you guys get an opportunity to give this one a try. Yeah, and as I said, whatever sort of filling you want to put on the inside is totally up to you. Version 3 of the 3-part series, Egg Omelette 3 Ways, will be ready next Sunday. But this year, I'm going on tucking. You ain't even need toast, you know. It's just the omelette alone there. I might even put a little pepper sauce, who knows. If you like it spicy, put a little Caribbean sunshine. Irie? Irie.